Welcome to week 4. This is Greggory, trucking with Greggory, and we're just starting out on the weekend, or off the week. It's Monday right now, and we had a significant weekend. We had a birthday party to go to in Webster City, and had a little karaoke, and what a fine time we had. And so now we're starting out, and one thing about starting out in the week is you always have a Monday like regular jobs do, and you have to get in sync for the rest of the week. So this day is basically a Monday, getting the body and everything all taken care of, and get it back in working mode. Because as you're out here, you want to get all your sleep, you want to get your rest, you work at a certain time, wake up at a certain time, and then when you have a long weekend, you relax that, and it's not a problem. It's just you got to get back through the routine, and I look forward to it. There's some psychology that, sometimes you kind of say, oh, I don't want to go back in the truck because I'm comfortable, but then you get anxious because you want to go do some work. So this is week 4, and I'm welcoming you aboard. I hope you like the show, and let's go. And right now we're going to be going up to Wisconsin. We just fueled up, and as you can see, we're pretty much in the snow area again. It seems like it's year-round with us, but basically you have to be safe out here, and that's the top safety's got to be first. But as you can see, we have significant dangers out here if we don't watch what we're doing. We can be in trouble very easily, not just from us, but from others. And I find a lot of times we have a significant risk. If you imagine, every time you go out to drive, you always have that risk of having an accident. And the more times you're out here, the more likely you will have an accident, and hopefully you don't. And during the wintertime, you're reminded about what could happen when you're not being safe. You get to weigh the risks that are involved, and you kind of ask yourself, is the risk worth it? So right now, we just finished fueling up, and we're going to be heading up over into Wisconsin, where it looks like we're going to start out on our normal routine, and probably do our loop down into Indianapolis. We're getting an early start this time, so we'll probably be entering into our second load.
8 miles, then keep left.
We'll probably end our second load today, actually, if the loads permit. And we might end up tonight in Indianapolis, which is not a big problem. We got plenty of time to do that, and we're looking forward to going a little bit south, and we can enjoy the scenery. And so off we go, and to earn our paycheck. And as you can see, we got a lot of earning to do. There is a lot of trucks out here, a lot of cars. I've seen a lot of rollovers already, and I've seen a lot of people in the ditch already. You gotta imagine there's different things going on, even though it's winter time. Traffic and the loads have to be delivered, and there's a couple right there that's delivering some new trucks so we can deliver more loads for other people. It's a non-ever stopping thing, and you don't want it to stop, because we basically, if the trucks move, the economy moves, and as long as we keep moving, somebody's got to be buying. And if you bought it in the store, we're bringing it. So we're doing our part. There's a couple ideas you want to keep ahead on yourself when you're going into the safety part. Is basically you have to be in some. What I use is a little bit of a few steps and it reminds me of how to be safe, but you want to get prepared, and there's a preparedness, there's a commitment, and then there's dedication, because you got that part is you want to know how to prepare. You want to get motivated into being safe, and then you got to commit. Don't just know how to do it and know how to get it done, but commit. Here we've got different things that we're coming across, but everything takes discipline and commitment, and safety is one of them. It's not a cheap date. It definitely is not a cheap date. It's something that we all got to do. And so this week I'm going to go over some of the preparedness. In preparedness, you have to be physically prepared, mentally prepared, spiritually prepared. That all says in that one area. And then you got to have equipment, which, that's in the physical part. You could have nutrition. There's other outside areas that helps you to be prepared before you get out here, because as you can see, you got different things that's coming up on you, blowing snow. You try to find a road. Sometimes it's hard to find a road. As you can see, when we go across, you can see the blowing snow and hard to find out which lane you're actually in, but so you get that, and you got to get the commitment going, because by being prepared and having all the tools doesn't do you any good if you're not committing to do it. And then there's discipline. Once you start doing it, you got to stay on it, and that's where the commitment and the discipline come in, because hey, you got to start it, you got to keep it, and one thing that's a good start is get into a good school first. If you're starting out, have them teach you in the wintertime instead of just the summer. Teach them, have them teach you stuff that, say for instance, you get in this whiteout, okay, what the heck are you going to be able to do if you actually had to stop on the snow and you get stuck on the snow whenever, how to pull yourself out. Emergency situations where you've got, the unforeseen. It's easy to prepare for what you know is coming up, but out here you have to prepare for not knowing what's coming up, and have a vast equipment to cover many areas. And it's just not winter time. It could be summer, it could be springtime, it could be the environment around the shippers and receivers, different things like that. So we're going to be coming up to Wisconsin, and this is actually US 20 right here. And US 20 is really out in the open. It's not protected. As you can see, there's a lot of ice, a lot of snow. So you have to really have the discipline of staying safe. Don't try to get too much ahead of yourself. Drive where you can see. In some companies, they'll tell you to put chains on, but I always believe that, if I need to have chains on to drive, I probably won't need to drive, because out here in the middle of the country here, it's not that bad to where you need to drive, to do that. When I lived in Colorado and I do mountain driving, or east where you got some of the mountains there, you might have to chain up, but the consideration on most drivers is that if I have to chain up to drive, then it's probably not good enough to drive to do it, and you know, that's a judgment call. So, like I say, you got to have preparedness, you got to have motivation that you want to do it, and then you got to commit to the discipline. You gotta do it, because there's no shortcuts to safety. Well, we're now almost in the Belmont. That's our stop there. We're going to come down a little easy on this. Got to go for lunch. Was going to do breakfast, but the darn restaurant was not open. We were fueled at. So now we got to take an early brunch.
Calculating.
I always make sure that, you know, I get a good meal in the start of the day. It helps on the preparedness of the trip. And I'm going to be going down to Jefferson, Wisconsin. And normally when I get there, I'll be getting another load. And come on, baby. Get another load and just continuing on. So this will probably be my only meal stop for today, because I only do pretty much just one main meal stop and eat. I might take a couple drinks with me, some snacks or whatever. Nothing heavy, but just making sure, you know, I get everything done. So we're going to be getting into this Baymont here. It's a nice place to have a quick bite to eat. It's on top of a hill, so you get a lot of weather up here. And it's called the Crazy Cow Saloon over here, but we're not going to the saloon. We're going to be going to the truck stop. And it's a nice truck stop. Not too many trucks all the time, so that means you got some parking. You get too much of a popular truck stop, and then, of course, people park there, and then you can't park there, so we try to avoid that. And these guys are kind of crazy because they're not supposed to be parked in that direction. But, well, we'll try to get a little bit better. And like I said before, you know, this is the place where we were in Wisconsin before, and they don't seem to take care of their places. It looks like they graded a little bit. Out there grading. And so we're going to be parked just like that. Okay. Well, that's the end of that, and we're going to go in and get some brunch and then finish out on the road trip and for week 4 and try to be safe. And talk to you later.